This clip is sponsored by Med Travelers. If you're an SLP interested in travel therapy, visit medtravelers.com to get started. Is African American English, otherwise known as AAE, and how do you define that?
Yes, first of all, thank you because so many people still refer to it as AAVE, which it used to be African American Vernacular English. So AAE is a rule governed dialect. It is created by Black Americans. It has been stigmatized throughout all of history as being considered less than. But it is extremely rule governed. There's a lot of structure, which is why it's easy to tell when somebody is not a native speaker. It's just like speaking in another language. You can tell, like, you might know a few words and phrases, but if you don't know the structure, you can tell, like, this was not a natural thing for you. So it's also not only spoken by Black people, it's based in where your community is, where your culture is. It's also regional. And since like social media and all these different things, even more people have been exposed to it. So a lot of people speak AAE. You probably have said some things that come from AAE as well. So it's really important to understand like the origination of things.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you point out there's so much depth in history. This isn't something new, even though some people may think that it is newer. It is goes way back. And can you talk a little bit about just even maybe some of the basic origins? And I know you mentioned a little bit, but maybe just a little bit deeper.
Yeah, absolutely. So the origin of AAE is actually debated. And I should say that because of this history, so it's been used like AAE has been present as long as Black Americans have been present.
Mhm.
So it has always been a thing, and people really fought to remove the V from the vernacular from AAE because it insinuates that it's kind of more like slang or informal when it's not. It can be, obviously, just like any dialect can be formal or informal, but it can be both. And one of the most prominent AAE speakers was Martin Luther King Jr., who is renowned for the way that he spoke, and he spoke in our dialect. So the history is debated. Nobody knows exactly where it came from. There are different theories, like it started from Creole, which is another African-based language, or it started in slavery as people would change the language so that their owners wouldn't really understand or wouldn't be able to know the exact meaning of what they were saying. But it has been throughout history that it has formed and changed, and it has always been there.